It started as a dare. Three of us, me, Jesse, and Claire, were huddled around a fire at Camp Hollow Ridge. Jesse brought it up. "You know Blackwood Asylum?" he said, grinning. "I bet none of you have the guts to go inside. Not for one full night." But like idiots, we agreed. That night, we climbed a fence with flashlights, backpacks, and bravado. None of us were the same after. The asylum loomed like a shadowed skeleton. Charred walls, rusted gates, ivy clinging like veins. The front doors creaked open on their own as we stepped in. The smell was the first thing I noticed. Mold, rot, and something metallic like dried blood. Inside, time had frozen. Wheelchairs sat in the corners like they were waiting. Old patient files littered the floor. Graffiti covered the walls, but beneath the paint, faded names and scratch marks remained. We explored the first floor. Intake rooms, shattered windows, overturned gurneys. Nothing happened. Then Jesse found the stairwell to the basement. The deeper we went, the colder it got. The walls sweated, the lights flickered. It felt like the building was breathing. Down there, we found the quiet wing, a section sealed off with rusted bars. A sign above read, "Extreme Isolation." Claire begged us to stop. She said she felt like we were being watched. Jesse laughed, called her paranoid. I almost agreed with him, until we heard the first whisper. A dry, rasping voice echoed faintly through the corridor. Just one word, "Stay." We spun around. No one there. Our flashlights dimmed. And then we heard a door slam behind us. Trapped, we searched for another exit. That's when I found the file room. Inside were dozens of moldy boxes, each labeled by patient number. One was pulled halfway out. Patient number 96, Eleanor Bright. I opened it. She had been admitted in 1957 for hysteria and visions. Notes described her as violent, delusional, and obsessed with the red-eyed man. Her last note said, she insists he visits her in dreams, and now she dreams with her eyes open. A photo was paper-clipped to the last page. It showed a pale woman with hollow eyes and something wrong behind her, a shadow that wasn't human. Claire screamed. I rushed out and found Claire trembling. She said she saw someone standing in the hall, a tall man with glowing red eyes, just staring at her. Jesse swore no one was there, but then he saw him too. The figure stood motionless at the end of the corridor. It didn't move. It didn't blink. But the moment we looked away, it vanished. Suddenly, the walls began to groan. Lights popped. Something whispered in our ears, so close it felt like breath. We ran, but the asylum wasn't letting us go. The layout changed. Doors led to nowhere. Hallways looped in impossible ways. We ended up back at the quiet wing 3 times, no matter which direction we ran. Jesse lost it. He screamed at the walls, threw his flashlight, cursed at the air. The red-eyed man appeared again. This time, he was closer. Claire and I pulled Jesse away, but he kept saying, "He's in my head. He's in my head." That's when Jesse disappeared. 1 second he was there, the next gone. No scream, no struggle, just silence. Claire and I found Eleanor Bright's room. It was behind a hidden door in the quiet wing. Inside, the walls were covered in symbols, scratched with fingernails. In the center of the room was a single chair facing a cracked mirror. Written across it in blood-red paint, "He lives through reflection." Claire stared into the mirror too long. I pulled her away, but she was catatonic, whispering the same thing over and over. "The eyes see you back." Then I looked. I wish I hadn't. I don't know how I got out. 1 minute, I was screaming, clawing at the walls. The next, I was outside, face down in the wet grass beyond the fence. No sign of Jesse, no sign of Claire. Just me, shaking and covered in scratches I didn't remember getting. The police didn't believe my story. They searched the asylum, found nothing.